Welcome to another episode of Watching Paint Dry. Today, I'm so happy to bring you this episode featuring the wonderful TayZgg. We get into many topics, including Tay's past in Ohio and Kentucky, work-life balance, being a Twitch streamer, knocking on the door of partnership, and of course, the great American delicacy that is tomato pudding. Let's roll tape. So who are you?
I'm TayZgg. I almost said my government name.
I made you tense, like you're before the jury.
Yeah, TayZ though. That's who I am.
Where are you? It could be as mysterious as country or hemisphere.
Yeah, I tell people I'm in Charlotte though, and if anything happens with the weather, that'll be fitting. It's been a nasty day here, so
Yes.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
And we're filming on perhaps a very historic night of flooding and wind, so that's cool.
Mhm.
Oh, we forgot the what. This is very profound. What are you? Finish that sentence.
What am I? I'm a person with female parts.
Perfect.
And that's it.
Say no more. It all leads up. The joke is, how are you?
How am I? I'm doing pretty good. Life has been a little chaotic lately. This is a very busy time in my personal job, like my IRL job. So New Year's resolutions and all that. So life's been a little chaotic, but I'm here and I'm happy to be here, and I love doing things like this because it gets me out of that space. My nights are my favorite.
Yeah, I love nights. Nights are great because it's like whatever tasks you had during the day are done. And even if you didn't finish them, the sun's down. So it's just like this weird in-between period of doing whatever.
Yep. Feels good.
Perhaps even drawing.
We're gonna get into it. I'm ready.
I have a few questions because I met you through Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his presence is everywhere. He's omnipresent. That plushie behind you has brought our lives together. Aqua FPS, who we've had on previous installments of the show. This is like a very middle school paper reporting, but like, how has Twitch been for you? Your experience on Twitch so far? Because like most of us growing up, there was no Twitch. And then the internet explodes and we have all these different forms of social media and interactivity. Did you ever, could you ever see yourself becoming a streamer, even though that wasn't even a thing?
I grew up as a theater kid, which I think most people know about me. Like I was always putting on like shows or actually being involved in like professional, putting on shows as like a joke, like for my family, or actually doing it like not professionally. That's a strong word. I was in high school theater, but you know what I mean? And I did that kind of as like a hobby. So I think I've always like really enjoyed this kind of when we go and we stream, we're kind of putting on a show for people. But I was never good at improv. I actually hated improv. I took a speaking class in high school because the theater teacher taught it. So I was like, "This is great. We're best friends, me and her. We're gonna, it's gonna be good." And I remember doing an improv speech and almost busting into tears in front of my class because I was like very, very uncomfortable with it. And I feel like in a way, Twitch streaming is like a giant improv at times too. Like you're just kind of bouncing off of people, and I have since done improv streams with other creators and I've been okay. But yeah, I don't know, I liked that. Obviously, I took a totally different turn in college and focused more on like something that was sustainable. Like, I remember my theater teacher my senior year was like, are you pursuing this in college? You're very talented. And I was like, nobody ever told me that I could or should. So no, I'm doing the responsible thing and I'm going to school for nutrition. And I kind of let it go, but I had this like weird also dream of becoming a stand-up comedian, which also hasn't I've done nothing with it.
I very much see that. I can see through the dream to the like actuality of it.
Of what all played out. So I don't know, it was weird, but I've been a gamer like literally my entire life, and maybe we'll get into that. I've been playing since I think I had the original Game Boy, and that was like the very first thing that I touched. So I don't know. I had some life changes. I got really sick in my later years, and my friends were like, "You play games all the time. Why aren't you streaming them?" So it was just like a weird happenstance that I came upon it. And since being on Twitch, I've had a lot of like changes in groups of friends that I was with. I started as a Call of Duty streamer, which I don't know if everyone
Really?
knows.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I didn't even play Tarkov for like the first, I don't know, year and a half of streaming. I was pretty inconsistent. I didn't know how to do Twitch. I started on an Xbox and I used they have like those Kinect cameras
Yeah.
that people would use for like, I don't know, Just Dance or something. Yeah, so I streamed half of those.
Damn, that's very interesting. Yeah, the evolution of like how one begins streaming and how the technology continues to evolve. The reason I asked too is like personally, I didn't realize how much work streaming is when I
Yeah.
started. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm just gonna play video games, but it's beyond that. I mean, it can just be that, but
Mhm.
if you want to, of course, try to build your community, there's a lot of things that go into it. Social media, YouTube, a lot of literal content creation, and
Mhm.
this is a little known fact about me. I've cloned myself. And cloning was big in the 90s, with the sheep. And
Yeah.
then Bill Clinton, he had the little intern thing and everybody got distracted. But cloning's been available for a long time now. And I was lucky enough to clone myself a few years ago. And I don't actually attend every stream. I have two other clones that sort of fill in. Actually, guys, can you join? You actually have met these two before.
Okay.
Here's Clone A. I gotta get this going. Yes, you could show yourself, Clone A. Oh, I forgot to press enter. There he is. And yes, Clone B. The Clone A we refer to as Evil Greg, and Clone B
Okay.
is Dark Sego.
So they're
There's
both dark characters? Like,
Well, the problem with cloning is they start up good, but then they go a little rogue, and they like to kind of mess with
You're
me.
dumb.
Oh, what's that, Clone A, aka Evil Greg?
You're dumb.
I'm dumb. Great, this bit is going tremendously. Clone A, I know you're a big fan of TayZgg. Same with Clone B. B _01. We had issues with Clone B, the original. You guys have any questions or comments? I know you guys are secretly in the TayZgg army. The floor is yours. I mean,
What's your favorite color?
my favorite color? Thanks, Clone A, for the question. Purple. My favorite color is purple.
ooh, I got that for later.
Yeah, I have one too.
Why isn't it green?
Is there something that why should I like green? What is so great about green?
Master loves green.
Oh, because of the green screen.
Is that your favorite color, real Greg?
Real Greg? No, I'm a big fan of. Believe it or not, I like orange. This is my favorite color. Orange and then blue. True New Yorkers wear orange and blue.
To my east side crew, west side crew, true New Yorkers wear orange and blue.
My favorite color is orange.
My message here: don't clone yourself. It doesn't save.
They don't obey.
I now have to feed 2 other mouths. It's a terrible idea. One of them, he's adopting cats. It's a mess.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Are clone A and B also gluten-free?
Yeah, actually, what's really frustrating is they're not. They can eat whatever they want. Turns out, in a weird way, they're like the superior, body and mind and digestive tract. Anyway, clone A and clone B. Any last words before I put you back into your cages? All right, great. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Beautiful.
So anyway, Tay, do you want to draw? Here's
Yeah.
This is the problem of not rehearsing bits. I was supposed to very properly segue into GPT. I can't even pronounce it. I was thinking there's so many things we can draw. AI is becoming a little bit more ubiquitous in our lives. Perhaps, speaking from my own personal experiences, perhaps you have stream chatters who are very computer savvy and deep fake your face and voice without consent and in one's podcast. My point is, do you want to throw some words into Chat GPT, like maybe our favorite things?
Sure.
And maybe it'll give us some inspiration. So I've Chat GPT open here.
Okay.
If you want me, I'm going to write a little simple. I want to draw something, but I don't know what. My favorite things are.
Donuts.
My favorite things are donuts. I'm going to add in, let me add in a location.
Okay.
I'm going to add in Hawaii.
Okay. Have you been there before?
No, but it looks nice on paper.
Yeah. Otters.
Ooh. I'm going to write Nicolas Cage. And I think one more.
Gosh, it's hard to think on the spot. What do I like? Books.
Ooh. And I'm going to write oh, this is bad, but I like it a lot, but it's bad. It's going to be the end of me, but it's my new obsession. Sports betting apps.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think that's illegal here, actually. I don't think I can physically do that in the state of North Carolina.
So ChatGPT's answer, GP, whatever it is, what does that even stand for, the GPT?
No idea.
It says that's quite a mix of interests. It's like mocking us. I read that in a mocking tone. How about drawing an otter enjoying a donut on a Hawaiian beach with Nicolas Cage reading a book nearby and maybe placing a bet on a sports betting app? It could be a fun and eclectic scene that combines several of your favorite things. All right, I was thinking it would come up with something a little more inventive. ChatGPT, you're overrated.
Failed.
I'm thinking maybe we just draw whatever we want. I'm a bit of a sports fan. I'm one of the rare breeds, gamer/sports fan. And I have to ask you a few Kentucky questions.
Oh, okay. I'll see if I can answer them. It might be rocky.
You went to Kentucky.
Yes, I did.
UK, not KU. KU is Kansas.
Correct. UK. Yeah, like the other country that exists.
the Ashley Judd team.
Yes, exactly.
What was that experience like? Because you went during like a huge basketball and football era.
Yeah, we started to get good at football. No, it was really cool. I think a lot of my community knows this as well. Maybe not everybody. I danced there for 2 years. I actually got kicked off the dance team, which is another story for another time that people do know as well. But no, I think being immersed in like the sports, we were called a tradition. We weren't a sport, of course. You can't dance is not a sport. Uh, but we were part of a tradition, so I got very firsthand right off the rip immersed in the culture that is UK sports. And it was like nothing I've ever experienced. It was crazy. I mean, granted, football was again not it at the time, until I was off the team and we got a different coach. But the basketball scene is crazy. They have this thing called Big Blue Madness, which you might be familiar with. It's like when the coaches can start practicing with the team, although they kind of bend the rules and they're practicing all the time, just maybe not together or whatever the weird. Sorry for the train noises if they're getting picked up. I live near a train. Anyway, so people would line up in tents outside of the like ticket office to get tickets to said event, and we would perform at it, which was really cool. It was seriously an amazing 2 years to be a part of like all of that culture, but I never knew anything like it. I was so impressed. And we actually have quite a few good sports teams there. The cheerleading team is like 22-time national champions. They're super talented. So yeah, but it was really cool. I had a class with Carl Anthony Towns, I think his name is. Or was no, maybe that wasn't him. Hold on, maybe not. I don't know. Beside the point, I had a class with one of them.
Do I have permission to Photoshop your face and Carl Anthony Towns' face on like a class picture?
Yeah, class picture. Yeah. Yeah, we had a I saw a lot of them on campus. Devin Booker was there when I was there. He's another big name guy. I met Coach Cal a few times. It was very interesting. It was very cool. I was a proud fan, and I still am, but we haven't really showed up the way we made it to the national championship my sophomore year. And throughout that time, you go and you win, and you light cars on fire, and you riot in the streets. And you do all those things, and then we lost to UConn. I think that was tough, but yeah, sports are cool. I only care about them like in the big moments. Like I love March Madness, and you did a bracket with my Discord last year. I'm very into that. Although I think you almost won, didn't you?
I think I got close, but Chilts, the great Chilts from UK, the other UK.
Yeah, the one that doesn't live in America and
has never heard of any of the colleges nor teammates. Just slayed all of us. Shout out to Chilts.
Yeah, amazing.
That's cool. So I'm kind of, it's interesting because perhaps I'm seeing a through line from, college Kentucky Tay to modern day Tay. You're able to find maybe these communities you didn't even know it maybe even existed, but I guess you found yourself in them through fascination, through interest, and then you really do immerse yourself in it. Like, for people who don't know, I would say your present day Kentucky is Escape from Tarkov.
Yeah, I definitely had different interests in college than I do
and
now.
You definitely do immerse yourself in it. Although in a very Tay way. You bring some comedy to one of the scariest, darkest games known to man.
This is true. I try.
How did you go from Game Boy to Tarkov?
Yeah, that's like a big jump.
In 2 sentences or less. No.
2 sentences or less. Bought new computer. No. Yeah, no, actually. So gaming all throughout my childhood, I have an older brother, so obviously like I feel like that influences things. And he, we had all the systems growing up. I think my first FPS shooter was Halo. I'm a very big Halo fan. still am to this day. I think it's my best game. Like if I was to beat anybody at any game, I'd be like, okay, 1v1 me in Halo. But beside the point, no, college, I got Red Ring like in junior year of high school. So I tried the towel trick a few times. If you're familiar with when you had an Xbox, you try to overheat it to like reset the buttons.
I never did that. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you wrap it in towels. But I got Red Ring, and so I had a PS2 that I brought to college with Kingdom Hearts, which is my favorite game of all time. Trying to lure the people in with that one. But and I think on my Wii, just because I had that as well. But no, I was super busy in college. I joined a sorority as well, which is so opposite of who I am today too. I think I lived a different life in college, honestly. I was in a sorority.
In a way, you've started your own like sorority house, which is Twitch TV /
TayZgg.
You're the head of the organization. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of hazing. There's a lot of mean girl-esque. There's one mean girl, B Horse.
He's a crazy one. Yeah. You got to pay your way in. Give me $5 a month. No, it's expensive to be in those, though. For real. But yeah, so took a break all throughout college, and when I got sick, I went through a breakup first. Then I bought an Xbox. But in college, I'd go occasionally over to like a guy's house and play Halo, like if he had it, like use him for his Xbox. Because the Halo Reach, I think, was out at the time. And again, that's all I cared about were those games. But I was dating someone, again, a lot leads back to men I was dating, which is weird. But we started playing Halo a little bit on his system, and then we separated. And I was like, I'm sad. I'm going to spend a lot of time on Xbox now. And did that. But I got into a few new games from that experience, and then bought a PC, 2019, I think. No, 2020. It was COVID.
Yeah.
And a guy from Hinge built it for me, which is also a known story. It's all a lot of weird men stories in my life, but
I think it would be weird if you didn't have a weird man story, because I feel that if the word man is in it, it's just immediately qualifies as weird. I just did a extremely failed comedy bit, including 2 of my fake clones. So, that was quite weird. Anyway, I feel like I'm noticing a trend more often now that I've been on Twitch and I've been meeting all of so many different people all across the world, which is, again, I never thought I would stream. I've always been into social media and the possibilities they bring, just connecting people. People who like you would never cross paths with just geographically, but that but it's just this like way of, there's like this, I guess, weird percolation that goes on with regards to just finding people who you have things in common with. Twitch makes that very easy. It's like, it's just so easy to bond with people over simple video games, and then you know about Aqua? You know Aqua too? Or like, I don't know. Oh, you've seen...
It feels small.
You've seen the Batman with Christian Bale? Cool. I have too. How about that? So I find like, though, everybody beforehand have experience within very different communities, which is such an interesting thing, because like we're all bonded through, I mean, it's not a dirty word anymore. We're a bunch of nerds.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I'm proud of it. But I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just very funny or not funny, but very interesting to learn like what everybody's previous community was.
Yeah, they're like origin story. No, I really do feel like I think Twitch and streaming brought me back into who I've always been. I think in college, like I didn't intentionally do this. I don't think that it was wrong that I did this, but I think I kind of buried some of these hobbies and my nerdiness.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't the cool thing to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now look at you. You got an army. everybody, you got to
Yeah.
check Tay out, just for the fact that you recently, and I don't want to bring it up, but yeah, but I already did. But it ends in praise, so keep that in mind. You had a little injury, and
Yeah.
you were able
It's fine.
to play through a broken arm. Now, I would
Yeah.
like to see Karl Anthony Towns try that.
Yeah, right.
How are you feeling? My goodness. Are you
With all that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like you're getting closer to normal. If people don't know, Tay had a little roller rink mishap. This is why I don't go to roller rinks personally. I just like
the worst.
I could just step into the lobby and I'll break something.
No, I feel good. I started PT yesterday actually, and they're just working on mobility, and then strength will come after. So like I was showing my community yesterday, I can like not straighten my arm, which is really funny. Like this is me trying to have my arms above my head, and it's like what? So that'll fix itself someday. But right now, it's still goofy looking. That's just what happens when you don't use it for a while and you get some metal thrown into there. My friend bought me this little Samson. Is that what the Samus? Who is this? Who is this?
Samus.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Samus. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good code name for it.
I just dropped it.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
Broke the other arm. Samus now needs the second
Imagine.
arm replacement. How is it in the Carolinas? You moved there recently or recent times?
Yeah, I've been here for a year now. I love the heck out of it. I wish every friend ever could come visit me. Which Lettuce has made a joke that he's coming. I don't know if it's real. Like it might be soon. But anyway, it's great down here. The weather's a lot more milder. I get the ocean, I get the mountains, and I can kind of choose which direction I want to go and plant myself because I like both a lot.
Yeah.
So I think just being in a lot of like close proximity to some really cool cities. I've got Savannah and Charleston and Wilmington and Outer Banks, Asheville. I don't know. There's just so many places. Even Atlanta's not that far. So it's just interesting being in like geographically a different place. Like I lived in Lexington, but Lexington wasn't. I don't know. This is further south, and I'm closer to the coast, like I said, and stuff. There's a lot of people that like don't know North Carolina and how sick it is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It doesn't get enough credit. It's a really, really beautiful state, and I am just very happy here. I don't know if I'll stay here forever. I probably will make my way back to Ohio, but for now, it's like a fun little young person. I'm not that young. I don't know.
You're young.
Pre-settled down.
We're not old until we're like 90.
Yeah. And we're gonna clone ourselves and live longer.
Yeah, I have yet to. I'm very poorly traveled today. I hate to admit it.
Okay.
It's very embarrassing. But I've been to Ohio actually.
What part?
Cincinnati.
I like
Cincinnati. Land in northern Kentucky, and you go on the highway for 20 minutes, and you pass a Dick's Sporting Goods, and then you're in Cincinnati.
Yeah. I lived in northern Kentucky for a short time for an internship, and I actually really liked that area. I tried to get a job there after school, but it didn't work. But I think Cincinnati's great. Ohio gets a really bad rep, but some of their cities are really, really cool, honestly.
Yeah. Jerry Springer, rest in peace.
I don't know anything about him, to be honest with you.
He was the mayor.
I should.
Back in the day.
He was the mayor, but he was a Hollywood person. Yeah, he had a show.
He did. He kind of took a little, career shift into smut television.
Okay.
But yeah.
He does the Babe like Maury. He's like a Maury.
Yeah. And
that's right.
Like a daytime talk show. If you were sick from school, you'd watch Price is Right. Then you'd have some like chicken noodle soup, and then Jerry would come on. It'd be very different from The Price is Right.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen his show, but I've seen Maury before, and I think they're pretty. They're similar.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay, that's fair. Jerry Springer. All right, I'm learning new things.
So like I have a sense of who you are from your streams. What I love about your streams is you're very open. You make everybody feel like you know you're just very welcoming. Even a stranger will come in and your comfortability with new people is amazes me.
Thank you.
But in a great way. I wish I aspire to be that comfortable. But when you're not streaming, like what's going on? What are you doing off? You very famously earlier in this interview put books into Chat GPT. Are you a big reader?
Yeah, I do have a bookshelf full of a lot of things. I am a big suspense horror film film. Film. I like film, but book reader. I worked in Barnes and Noble for like a short time before I became a dietitian.
Did you get that discount?
Yeah, we had a really nice discount, honestly. It was great. And you could take any book off the shelf and like take it home and bring it back.
What?
Like it was like a library at bar. Like you could freely grab a book that you wanted to read and then just like pop it back on the shelf when you're done with
I kind of want to just like some books or DVDs or CDs, like the big album sets or seasons.
it.
They're pretty expensive, especially on Blu-ray. I'm wondering if I just become a Barnes and Noble employee for like a week or two and get through. You know, I still haven't watched what's it called? Homeland. Everyone's saying watch Homeland.
I have never. I don't know. Is that a show? I don't know. What
I don't know either. But anyway,
okay.
Maybe not. Maybe I could just stream it. Anyway, that's so cool though.
Yeah, I took back when I was working there. I only remember reading one, but I feel like I did a couple. Girl on the Train.
Oh,
or the Girl
yeah,
on the
yeah.
Train. It was made into a film. I read that one while I was there. So like books like that, I really like. But honestly, I buy more than I can read anymore. I have my real life job. I love it, but it takes over a lot of my free time. So I feel like even off, if I've got a night off of stream, I'm just like trying to chill and like lay and not do anything and watch other people's streams. I spend a lot of time on Twitch, like a lot. When I'm not streaming, I watch people. I enjoy it. It's fun. I like talking to my friends.
Absolutely.
So,
do you have any favorite? This is this time to plug, to shout out.
Shout out.
Who should we be watching that we may not know about?
Yeah. I don't know. One of my favorite like obscure Twitch streamers that I'm obsessed with that I feel like a lot of people don't know about. I'm a really big CuteBot fan, and she is a streamer that's rather large, so people might know who she is, but she streams speed dating, which is kind of where I got my idea of doing it myself. But she opens it up to the public, and she's a big streamer, so she gets a lot of interesting folk. But I found her probably a year or two ago, and I like watch her a lot when she's live. She's hilarious. So
yeah, is that going to come back? If people don't know, Tay had a speed dating segment in recent memory. Very memorable episodes, including the real Orby, to name a few. Frankly, I thought those were phenomenal.
Thank you.
And definitely would like to watch more of that.
Yeah, I think the holidays and TwitchCon and all the things that were like occurring at the end of the year kind of got in the way, but it is my intention to like bring it back and keep doing it of some capacity. I also have been getting like kind of close to getting that little purple check by my name. So sometimes the different content, unfortunately, I won't mind it once it's there, but while I was focusing on that, I was trying to just stay consistent with like what pulls the numbers for the moment. And then once that happens, I feel like I'll branch out into doing a little bit more. When I started too, I was caught and I was variety. And that's not, sometimes it's hard to grow that way because it's hard to pull like one particular community. But then when you do only stream one game, then it's like you'd play anything else and it's also really bad. So I think there's a big streamer, Sweet Tales, who doesn't stream anymore either, or hasn't in a while. But she said like once you get a good enough audience, people will watch you play kind of any, like if Aqua plays another game that's not Tarkov, he still gets a good viewership because people are just there for Aqua. So it's kind of like building that up first and then taking it elsewhere, I guess, if that's your desire. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to succeed in the streaming space too. So
Yeah, it's been very cool to see you grow since I began.
thank you.
I think you've more than doubled since I started. It's very cool.
It's crazy.
Like if somebody wants to start out now, you got any advice?
Make content.
Yeah.
Make content anywhere. That's like how I got started. I actually have a really big, not a really big, but I have my biggest platform is TikTok. I made TikTok content like all throughout 2020, 2021. No, it probably started in 2021, but that's where it like grew, and then that's what pulled a lot of my viewership initially. So I think putting more time into that and less time into like going live all the time, right? Like finding that balance. YouTube Shorts is great. Instagram Reels can even surprise you. There's just so many places to like try it out. So that's my number one tip for people.
So I know you work in the world of nutrition and dieting and health.
Yep.
Is there like what food is in? There's always like, or like
food is like the hot food
yeah,
everyone's
like
asking
I remember
about.
a few years ago, everyone's like cauliflower. You can make it into anything.
Yeah, pizza crust. Cottage cheese, I feel like, is making a big comeback.
I'm
Toward the end of the
excited
year.
about learning about this type of stuff. I feel like I'm ahead of the curve.
Yeah, you can like blend cottage cheese into like edible cookie dough and ice cream and eggs and all these. It's got good protein, so people are like, yeah, protein. No, what else do people ask me about? Or I feel like all these like new green juices and mushroom coffee and all that mumbo jumbo, but I don't. I'm a big like just eat whole food type person.
I see this,
and in moderation. Yeah.
There's this really annoying guy in my like social media algorithm ads where he's like all about eating mushroom coffee, and he won't go away. I keep like, and it's like they got the 3 dots.
I'm not interested.
And you can click on the 3 dots and be like, is this too much? Or like, are you not interested? I keep clicking that and he keeps coming back. What do I do? I can't stand this guy.
I have no idea how to fix that. But yeah, that's a
more of an IT question, I guess.
Big thing. But yeah, I don't know. I get weird things asked to me all the time. I have a lot of interesting clients who read. Oh, there was a documentary that just came out recently about twins, and you would put one twin, I think, on the vegan train, and the other one would eat regularly, and how they differed having the same genetic somewhat makeup, right? A lot of these films that are made though are like backed by vegan companies or
that's
activists.
The problem. It's like they're the ones selling whatever.
Yeah. Right. So it's hard to. I get in a lot of conversations with people about governmental influence on, the Got Milk campaign was a government ploy for people to buy milk. So I just hate that aspect. Like, don't get in our health, don't get in our food. Like, just let us live and eat and do the right things. But yeah, no, I think health though it's not a one size fits all, and too. So like, I think everybody's different, and maybe some people can be vegan and some people can eat meat, and we can live in harmony and not shame each other for doing different things as long as we're feeling good.
That's beautiful.
That kind of thing.
I agree.
Yes.
Very well said.
Thank you.
Can I ask you about your parents? You've shared them on your at the very least your socials, but I think they may have been on Twitch once or twice.
They've been on Twitch a few times. Yeah.
Your mother especially is hilarious. And may I take this time to perhaps propose the Mom Tay and TayZgg podcast? That would be
Oh my gosh. So my mom and dad, yeah, they've both been on my stream. My dad will play games. My mom has like cooked cookies. She's baked cookies in the background. She's done drumming because she's learning how to drum.
I love it.
Like midlife crisis thing. And then most recently my aunt and my mom have wanted to make tomato pudding, which is a dish that we eat in my household or my family. That sounds disgusting, but people are very intrigued by it.
Yeah. I mean, let's put a pin in the family stuff. Tell me about this tomato pudding.
Tomato pudding. It's a bread pudding with like butter and tomato paste and like sugar. So it's like sweet.
Wow.
It's like a sweet tomato sauce spread thing. It tastes more probably like desserty than it does savory. It's not, but we eat it on Christmas. Yeah.
Wow. Is this a Ohio thing or is this a Tay family thing?
No, I think it's an Ohio thing. I think there was a restaurant in Toledo that served it, which is where I grew up, but it also is in the South a little bit too. So no one's ever heard of it when I bring it up. Like nobody knows what it is, but I cannot believe that it's only out of Toledo. I got to think that somebody else somewhere has had it. But anyway, I'm making it for Bee Horse in a couple weeks. I guess. Yeah, you derail. You asked me if there's anything, that I want to talk about tonight, and I was like, no, I have nothing. But I am going to Charleston in a couple weeks to make Bee Horse tomato pudding at his house. So that's coming.
Must see. I cannot wait for it.
Yeah. Exciting. But yeah, so my parents I feel bad sometimes talking about them or bringing them on because I know, again, Twitch is vast and there's so many people that unfortunately have like broken relationships with their parents, or they don't have parents, or their parents are divorced, and I am lucky enough, I guess, to still mine are still together, and they're very supportive of this. They obviously wouldn't be like, yeah, go full-time stream, but they like that I have my community. They've seen a benefit in what it's done for my life, and so they're always willing to be on it. And my aunt most recently also made a guest appearance, so like I've had a lot of family. My cousin was joking at Christmas. He's like, "Are we being live streamed right now? Did I sign a waiver for you to stream Christmas dinner?" And I was like, no. He's like a 32-year-old jokester, so he was just being funny. But yeah, so they're really cool about it. And my mom has a Twitch account. She'll pop in from time to time. She also like watches my streams back and hears some crazy things. And monitors not monitors, but looks at my Twitter. I'm not being monitored. I'm an adult, but So one time I was uploading a bunch of content because I do social media for my work, and I accidentally snuck in a Twitch clip where I was screaming over and over, "It's a penis," in a game called what is that game called? Outlast Trials? Yeah, I think that's what you're playing. There's like a scary character in it that's just like butt naked thing just there. And my boss came across it, like the actual CEO of the company. I work for a small company, but she came across it. But she's very like, today we were having a full conversation about like making content and promotions for aphrodisiacs for like February and Valentine's Day, and like there are sex supplements on this company that we like associate ourselves with. So just like, contraceptives, and they were all just making jokes about it. And I was so like, I'm like, guys, you got to talk to me about this at like 7 p.m. I am so much like prim and proper in front of these people. I like have a switch. I think that's why I'm more unhinged on Twitch, because I don't get a chance to be at all during the day. But yeah, so she came across my content. They know that I do it. A couple of them follow my TikTok. And I've had a single client follow me on Twitch and say something in my chat because they are also a gamer, but I hope they don't visit too often. Because like I said, I tell them, I warn them, I'm like, I'm a different person there.
If you're ready, I want you to brace yourself. I want to brace yourself. Okay. No, that's not it. I took a little inspiration from ChatGPT. Just to recap, this is a very AI inspired episode.
Yep.
Me and threw into the AI our favorite things being donuts, Hawaii, otters, Nicolas Cage books, and sports betting apps. And I took a few of those and I combined them.
Okay.
It's imagine you're Nicolas Cage. I mean, I think
Yep.
just that's why I've warned you about having to brace. Just that alone. But it's a first-person view of Nicolas Cage on a beach in Hawaii on FanDuel. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah.
He's putting in
looks good.
1,000 on a four game same game parlay.
Wow.
So
Love that for him. Okay, this isn't as bracing. I just drew
Ooh.
a beach with an otter eating a donut and Nicolas Cage with a book and a phone.
I love it. I would love to know, like which island this is, how he got there. Is he friends with the otter? Is the otter voiced by like Chris Pratt?
Yeah. It's who's the rocket or who's the raccoon in Guardians
Oh,
of the
Bradley
Galaxy?
Cooper.
It's Bradley Cooper.
So before we go, probably should apologize because remember Evil Greg?
Yeah, I do.
We call him Evil Greg because, well, he's evil. He likes likenesses that make sense to the viewer at home. He likes to plagiarize. He likes to deep fake. He likes to voice fake. And this wasn't. I didn't plan this, but he's gone rogue. As you can see there, please hold. New clone is loading.
I feel like he's like Kirby and sucking people up and then spitting them out and having a new identity.
He kind of is. And let's remind. Oh no. I could hear. This is getting creepy.
Things going on.
Wait a second. Oh no.
What? I'm so scared. I'm scared too.
Oh no. Tay, I'm so sorry. This wasn't.
It's okay.
I should never have cloned myself. We're seeing the deep, dark depths of the evil side of Greg within
I'm having
Evil
deja
Greg,
vu.
aka Greg Clone A, who's now Tay Clone A, I guess.
I feel like anything I say right now, I would cancel myself. Don't do that, please. It's YouTube. Remember, we have rules.
Please, Greg, why?
Do you want to ask yourself anything? It's something that you would ask me. I don't know, dude. Are you having
Pretend
fun?
I'm in the future.
Are you Oh, okay. Are we happy?
Oh no.
Yeah, we're happy.
Okay.
We've got metal in our arm. We're pretty fucking cool.
So, Taze, anything to promote?
I'm doing a stream with Bee Horse. We're making clam chowder.
Not what you're making, but okay.
We're making tomato pudding. I'm
I've ever
traveling.
imagined tomato pudding.
I'm traveling to Bihor, so we're making tomato pudding, and I'm very excited. He got like special cameras for it. I don't know if we'll only be live on his channel or mine or both, but regardless, someone will be live, and it'll be revealed whether or not tomato pudding is a acceptable thing to eat. So
I love it. I think it would be fitting is to tie everything together if we finished our chat tonight. Tay has a musical background as well as Tay Clone. Perhaps you guys can harmonize on our way out. What's a good song? God Bless America, because we very much need God to bless America.
God bless America.
The land
Land that I love.
God bless.
I'm beside her and guide her
Guide her.
through the night full of bullets above.
And I love her. She's America. I'm so glad you asked me to be on this podcast.
Yay!
Well, solicitor,
Have a good life. We will see you soon. Thank you. Thank you very much.